Hello again, Gary Simpson from ZSM008 with our continuing series of book reviews. Today, the book I'm reviewing is this one, The Secret. And in keeping with all my previous reviews, the tie. The tie, as you can see, is another new tie here. It's a very composite tie, and that's in keeping with the book, because what Rhonda Byrne has done here, she's collaborated with many very famous and influential people in the personal development area. I will read to you the names of some of these, but there is one which you will see here I have deliberately crossed out. The reason for that, I do not like this man's ethics or morals, and he's been featured in Australia, on Australian TV, and perhaps elsewhere on 60 Minutes as being a bit of, well, I don't know how I can say it, a shyster. So that's a flaw in this book as far as I'm concerned. Rhonda Byrne has aligned herself with a lot of really good people here, but unfortunately there's always one bad apple in the bunch, isn't there? Let me read some of the people that are featured in The Secret, and I'll say them very quickly. John Assaraf, Michael Bernard Beckworth, Lee Brower, Jack Canfield, Dr. John DeMartini, Marie Diamond, Mike Dooley, Bob Doyle, Dale Dwoskin, is that how you say it? Morris Goodman, Dr. John Gray, Dr. John Hagelin, Bill Harris, Dr. Ben Johnson, Laurel Langemeyer, Lisa Nichols, Bob Proctor, James Ray, Marcy Shemoff, Dr. Joe Vitale, Dr. Dennis Waitley, Neil Donald Walsh, and Dr. Fred Alan Wolfe. Quite a lineup. Like I said, I missed out one person's name quite deliberately. Rating of this book. Oh, I'll get to that in a minute. The Secret, Rhonda Byrne. She's an Australian author, or collaborator I should say, born in 1951. And from her own website at www.thesecret.tv, I'll read. Rhonda was born in Australia and began her career as a radio producer before moving into television production. Many of her shows won industry awards and were screened in major countries outside Australia. Rhonda's experience, background and skill in film and television production were instrumental in the creation of The Secret film, which I might add was very well done. In January of 2007, Rhonda appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Wow, that just means she was guaranteed of success from that point onwards, doesn't it? With 4 teachers from The Secret film. In May of 2007, Rhonda Byrne was recognised as one of the world's most influential people in Time magazine's The Time 100, The People Who Shape Our World. And shortly afterwards appeared in Forbes' The Celebrity 100 list. Rhonda currently lives outside of Los Angeles. And there's a little note from Wikipedia here to say that this book and the film associated with it has grossed over $300 million. So well done, Ms. Rhonda Byrne. Right, just a few selected... I was going to give you a score, wasn't I? All 3 of the main principles at Zenith Self-Mastery have scored this. I personally rated it at 6. I didn't think it was such a great secret because I already knew The Secret. The other Gary, 7.5. Anthony, 7. So our combined score was 6.8 out of 10. Amazon, believe it or not, had 3,758 people that rated this book, and their average score was 7.56. Now to some selected points in the book. The Secret summaries from page 43. The law of attraction, which is what this is all about, is a law of nature. It is as impartial as the law of gravity. Nothing can come into your experience unless you summon it through persistent thoughts. And I believe that too. Right. Going to page 131 from one of the main contributors to The Secret, Bob Proctor, who says, If you have a disease, and you're focusing on it and you're talking to people about it, you're going to create more diseased cells. See yourself living in a perfectly healthy body. Let the doctor look after the disease. Interesting. And just one more excerpt from page 169 of The Secret. When Henry Ford was bringing his vision of the motor vehicle into our world, people around him ridiculed him and thought he had gone mad to pursue such a wild vision. Henry Ford knew much more than the people who ridiculed him. He knew the secret, and he knew the law of the universe. And then it goes on to provide a saying, a very famous one from Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or think you can't, either way, you are right. And I definitely believe in that too. So yes, quite a nice little book, full of interesting information about the law of attraction. If you haven't already read it, I suggest you go and purchase it or get one from a library and have a read. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised.